Has anyone got anything we can talk about this week?
Well, I don't know. Scraping the barrel, I think.
I know.
What happened this week, you know?
Do you remember when we first started Trekkie Girls and we had to talk about, you know, things that happened 20 years ago, and now here we are. Hi, Anne-Marie. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Gary's in the house. Josh. Okay, let's get this party started. Hey, everyone. Welcome to Trekkie Girls on Friday night. Okay, so lots to get through tonight, and we don't even know if we're going to be able to get through it all because there's so much to digest here.
We might actually run out of time to talk about all of the Trek.
So, hi, Christoph. Hi, Tim. Some weeks we have to talk about pets on Star Trek. Other weeks it all comes flying.
Which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
That's how much we love
pets. We got the whole universe on our shoulders. So tonight's one of those nights. Hi, Jeff.
Deep breath.
Yes. Okay.
Right, let us begin.
Let us begin. So we're starting with the news that has just landed on us about an hour and a half ago. Thank you, Star Trek, for releasing this just before we go on air.
Yeah.
And that is another Star Trek movie.
What the Spock? As Carol said. Spock. Thank you, Tim.
Now, I don't know why it's such a surprise, because we've known that there have been so many iterations of scripts going through Paramount's, offices, but they finally announced one. We have absolute breadcrumbs. Remember, guys, we know nothing. We don't have any information that you don't already have, but let's just pick away at it anyway, because that's what we do.
So we don't even know if it's going to be like Kelvin universe, if it's going to be Picard based or Discovery based, or we have no idea.
I think we know nothing. I think on the Trek core just moments ago, they had some insider knowledge. They said it was a separate thing from a JJ movie, but I don't know if that's true.
Oh, I'll see. I've not seen the Trek core one. I've seen the Trek movie one.
Oh, okay.
So let's start with what StarTrek.com, so the official line that StarTrek.com have put out, which sounds to me like they're just trying to get it out there first.
Yeah.
And that is,
well, almost like it's on the verge of being leaked, and they want to get there.
Maybe that's what I got from this. That there's no official information concerning the director. We don't know whether it's the Kelvin but the fact that they say perhaps picking up where Nemesis left off, or with the Next Generation films, or whether it will follow a new plot through the Prime timeline. I don't know whether I'm reading too much into that, but is that are they almost trying to make us feel like this doesn't necessarily mean this is the fourth JJ film?
So yeah, this isn't Star Trek 4.
Yeah. They haven't called it Star Trek 4, which I thought was kind of interesting. But if it's a very quick, let's rush through a press release, maybe that's what happened.
So it's actually untitled, isn't it? So
yeah, but it's just the way they're referring to it. But then Trek Movie have put out, that they've got confirmation from Paramount Pictures that it is J.J. Abrams producing.
Okay.
So, and then Carol, you say that Trek Core have got something.
They say it's a separate movie from the JJ universe. But I think JJ's name was still attached to it. So
okay, so this could be is it the Kalinda Vasquez script that she apparently had pitched in last month, maybe the month before. So I wonder whether. So yeah, we are literally grasping at straws here. We have no idea.
Hope said that we remind her of Marina Sirtis. I just wanted to say thank you.
Aww.
We're not swearing half as much as Marina Sirtis do, but I guess it's the accents. Thank you, Hope. We're beautiful. We're beautiful.
Offensive.
Go Tottenham.
We love Marina.
So, oh my gosh, movie news.
Christoph says Sorry, Chris is saying the movie will be produced by JJ's company Bad Robot, but that doesn't mean he'll be personally involved.
Ooh. So is it unusual that they've just literally done what they've done? Does it normally get released a little bit more, in a little bit more grandeur, with a bit more information? Yeah. Is it?
Previous ones have usually, from my recollection, have gone out with a bit more info.
Then I guess they've been a bit more, not unique, but I guess when you think of how much is going on in Star Trek land right now, like when the JJ films first came out, it was like we hadn't had new Star Trek for like ages, and it was huge, you know. Whereas now it's just like, oh, we're just gonna drop in there, we're doing this as well.
Another film, yeah. And that's another point. There could be films on the table just because we've been hearing about Kalinda's movie, her script, about various other scripts. Doesn't mean there could be a few, you know. Kevin here is saying I'm hoping for the Tarantino movie. That could still be on.
We're all hoping for the Tarantino movie. Was it one of you guys that said you thought that maybe Picard would only be 2 seasons and then they'd... Yeah, I was going to say, and Carol's usually right about these things. Just saying. Carol is normally right about these things. So yeah, it's very, I mean, it could be any number of things, really, couldn't it? What are we hoping for?
Oh, that's
I hope Carol's idea that you said last week. Hi, James.
Yeah, so a Picard movie would be amazing. Yeah, but
yeah, see, I still want the film with Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth. And I'm just holding out this hope that they're both going to be in a movie.
You know, with Q in it, and the next season time traveling. There's all the possibilities there.
Wow.
Oh, really? So I'm just going to see what's up with YouTube. Is YouTube not working? Oh, it's showing up on mine, Julian. I think it's coming at my end. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting idea, Carol, that, you know, you have this sort of short series and go out on a boom. And yeah, it's an interesting one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We will hope, and you know, if anyone else has got a script they want to throw into Paramount, seems like now's the time. You know,
that's the time. Yeah,
they're picking it up left, right, and centre. Yeah. Maybe now's the time to pitch the Real Housewives of Star Trek.
Absolutely, that's our idea, guys. That's our idea.
You can't have it.
Can't steal it. Copyrighted.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's move on. We'll await further news on that one. Let's have a look.
I like that. Star Trek 5 or Star Trek 4 set in the mirror universe. Evil whales.
And either way, it's either Star Trek 4 or Star Trek 14, depending on which way you look at it. So even number, guys, even number.
Okay, so
Monday night, I'm guessing we were all glued to our screens. How good was Monday night?
Monday night was so good. So good.
Yeah, it was First Contact Day on Monday, and Star Trek and Paramount Plus, who really going out there, did this online panels for us, which you know, I watched every single moment of it, including the 14-second breaks for pee breaks. And yeah, it was delightful. I got to admit, it was more than I was expecting.
Oh God, yeah. I thought, you know, maybe get a little trailer, you know, few words here and there, but yeah, it was trailer drop after trailer drop. It was awesome. It
was good fun. It was one great big Star Trek orgasm, I found.
It was, yeah.
And of course, they went straight in with Picard. They led with the Picard announcements, so we got a little glimpse at season 2, which, oh my God, they just threw everything in that tiny scene, didn't they?
So I watched a video because I knew I'd missed some Easter eggs. Someone counted at least 8 different major Easter eggs within that trailer. I thought, that's just awesome.
There's someone on Twitter. Let's have a look. He runs Star Trek. Star Trek SX. Oh, I can't even pronounce it. Exestris. And his name's Jorg, I think. And yeah, I just trying to bring him up on Twitter. I won't be able to pronounce that either, I'm sure. Yeah, no, I can't seem to find him now. But he has found some absolutely incredible Easter eggs that I thought I was pretty good, and I think
just in that trailer.
In that trailer, yeah.
I thought I was pretty
crazy,
nifty. Like, oh yeah, I can see that, but not any wonderful score. I think most Trekkies could identify quite a few of the obvious things. But this, God, where is this? Where's he gone? I had him a second ago, so I can't find it. But I think his name's Jorg, and he runs Exastris, who's a really in-depth website. And yeah, that's some next level skills there. Like he identified the sculpted horse from Generations. I'm like, I didn't pick up on that. And yeah, and of course Malcolm Wood has said the best Easter egg was the Bajoran tablet. Yes. Oh my god! So I watched The Reckoning again this week. I don't know if you guys watched it.
I haven't yet. No, I was trying to do it today.
It was never my favourite episode of Deep Space Nine, and I never really liked it because one of the reasons. And it's not that I don't like it; I do like it, but I always sort of thought, I don't think that Sisko would have let the Par-Race take Jake Sisko, and he's like, oh, I'll trust the prophets, but these weren't the prophets; these were the Par-Race, and they're in your son, and Q is going to try and kill him. So I'm like, I don't know. I just had a bit of I didn't really believe that bit, or maybe I didn't agree with Sisko on that note. So, but that's still got to happen. The reckoning still needs to happen. There still needs to be the battle between the Par-Race and the prophets that will either lead to 1,000 years of peace or 1,000 years of doom and suffering for the Bajorans. And why is Picard involved? Why is...
I know. So like, they were saying, like, obviously he loves archaeology. We established this.
True, yeah.
So, and that there's lots of writing on the tablets that's yet to been deciphered. So, you never know. He could be a principal character in all this, or we could have Jake Sisko back. Who knows?
See, I thought this because I thought, Avery Brooks, we don't know where he's at, whether, there's... I mean, that would be wonderful if if all this time he's preparing to come back into acting and he just turns up. And wouldn't it be wonderful if it was a complete surprise? I mean, I don't know if that's possible these days. That's why they have to do these announcements. But wouldn't it be wonderful if he just turned up? It'd be amazing. But failing that, what if there was still some connections between the prophets and the Par-Race and Jake Sisko and Kira? Those two acting primes, they've been great.
Amazing. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes, and then of course,
I was just going to say, on a personal note, I really hope Vash comes back. She was always a fan
of archaeology.
Yeah, well, she just needs to be in there. Just saying. This
links into the big Q at the end. I literally jumped out of the seat and then my son was like, Mommy? Like, all right, darling, Q's coming back. It's like, is he the one with superpowers? Yes, darling. Yeah, it was and of course this is something that even before Picard got announced, when Picard had been announced, we were very keen to see Q, weren't we? Right from the beginning. I wrote a whole blog post about how they could do it. And I even wrote, you can use this, and I hereby...
You did.
I even wrote, if you do this...
You can take this.
I withdraw my right to sue you if you copy my ideas, because I don't care, because I would prefer this to happen over any credit or bragging rights. I'll still brag, but can't take that away from me. But yeah, I thought it would be cool if Q came back and he had no powers. I thought that would be the way it would work. But from the interview online, it sounds like maybe he still has powers. What did you?
Yeah. I think he
I
does.
haven't seen the
powers.
interview. I must watch the interview.
Bad
it. I'm a bad it. This is I cannot keep up with the amount of Star Trek stuff right now. I struggle on a normal week.
Yeah. What did you think of?
I think he's going to have his powers. I think he's still, the trial never ended, and with the suggestion that there is a time travel element in it where Picard might visit parts of his life, or that's what it seems to be suggesting.
Hinted at, isn't it?
Being hinted at, and that needs.
I want to
needs
see
powers.
something. I want to see something that ties it all together. Not like an ending, but where they start to pick up threads of like Discovery and like Prodigy, and just little threads and Lower Decks that just starts to like tie them all together. I really want to see that.
I think someone suggested that wouldn't it be amazing if Q and Picard ended up on Lower Decks for a little while, like their characters animated just in like a split episode,
just for a scene. Like, what the hell are we doing here? That would be so good.
That would be so good.
I know it sounds like Patrick Stewart said in the interview that Q turns up at a shattering moment is the word he describes it in the middle of it. Sounds like a really intense moment. Malcolm says a sad moment. I don't know whether they use the word sad. I can't remember. Maybe they did, but it sounded intense. Shattering was the word that I remember him saying. And so that makes it sound like I wonder if he has his clothes on this time. You know, that's going to be the best Q entrance ever. In fact, I'll never forget. Have you ever heard John Delancey talk about that scene where they're trying to film him to show that he's naked, but he of course can't be naked, and so
Star
in the
Trek.
so in the end, they're trying all these ways to cover it without it looking like he's trying to make him look naked. And in the end, he's like, right, okay, anyone who's offended, just get off the bridge. And
I'm going to be naked.
Get it done. So I was super excited. And of course, this ties in nicely with the fact that it's not official yet, but Whoopi Goldberg's all but been announced, hasn't she?
Oh, yes.
The relationship between Q.
He asked her like live on telly, didn't he?
Yeah.
My God, I completely see. This is what happens now. I completely forgot about Whoopi.
I know there's so much to keep.
I just can't keep up on it.
Also in the chat, so everyone's having a discussion about Deep Space Nine. Actually, interesting about who. About who's in command in Deep Space Nine. I'm like, interesting. I quite like the whole. I quite liked the documentary approach to it. What we left behind. I like the idea of Kira being a Vedic. Didn't at first. Oh, and in the books, Kevin is saying it was Ro Laren in charge. Ooh, well, I hope she didn't get wiped out in the big marquee slaughter. I hope she's doing okay. Ro, bring back Ro. I was so sad.
Yeah,
I was so sad in Preemptive Strike when she joined the marquee. I was gutted. Anyway, let's quickly move on anyway, because we've got lots to crack through. Let's do Discovery. Discovery 3. What do we think of the trailer?
So exciting.
Yeah. I love the new uniforms.
I really like the new uniforms. Let's find a picture. I love them. I think I've got to admit, let's look at the so this is where they were.
Yeah.
These grey ones, which I'm going to admit I didn't really like.
Meh.
Yeah. And kind of.
They look kind of like prison convicts, don't they?
Whereas the new ones, I love them. I think they're gorgeous. I think they're
gorgeous.
I think as well, they're very flattering, and you'll be able to sit well in them. I imagine they spend a lot of time fussing over the way they sit, and that's why they have that split at the bottom. I imagine it's nice because they always say there's no wrinkles in the future.
No, you're thinking cosplay dreams.
Yes, cosplay goals. Yeah, they are really nice uniforms. My first reaction to the trailer was almost a feeling of exhaustion, though. I just let the guys have a break, you know?
Yeah.
It's been
What
one
now?
It's like one thing after another, and I don't know. I would quite like to see it just slow down a little bit. I know you probably shouldn't say that because there's lots of other, Picard's pretty much slower pace, but I would like to see them. I'd like
a bit more downtime.
Yeah, I'd like to see the characters grow a bit, but in a bit of space, without. I don't know how they're keeping us up for 4 years, just this constant the universe, we're all going to die thing.
Yeah, true.
But maybe that's just the way the advert was shown.
I thought we were gonna learn a little bit more about some of their pasts, like because there was the episode where you thought you were going to learn about Detmer and like what she was going through and stuff, but it just kind of focused on her in the now and her PTSD, and it's like we want to see what happened before. Like you don't want to spend a whole season looking backwards, but you just kind of want to have that backstory of and
who was the person in the picture she was talking to, and
just a little bit, a little bit more character building,
I'm
but
hoping to learn more about Adira and Grey, what's going on there.
Yeah, that'd be good.
What do we think about what do we think the anomaly is?
Some gravitational anomaly, which
5 light years. I mean, could that be Q?
Could be. In fact, actually, now you remind me, Monday night I did have a little thing.
Did you have a little thing?
A little what ifs. So going back to what you were saying about Q and all these things connecting, there's the anomaly in all good things. What if
it's the same anomaly?
It's the same anomaly. It's still there. The trial never ends. I don't know. Maybe there's connecting all these people together in some way. Yeah, but
you and Christoph have great minds. Yeah, great minds think alike.
Yeah.
Oh dear, there's just the possibilities are like, wow.
Yeah.
A lot of people have said in the chat, do we think they'll stay in the future?
I don't think they will. I think we know that we Discovery seems to disappear somewhere and be alone and abandoned. So the crew, I think, at some point will leave Discovery. Well, that's going to get wrapped up somehow. I don't know how, but
Calypso.
Yeah.
So
Calypso,
I wonder whether they will. Maybe they'll go to the past, but in another universe or something. I don't know.
Maybe
someone at Star Trek has thought about this. They will have a plan. They will have a plan.
In the movie, Picard travels to the future and brings back Discovery. Maybe they're causing a rift that's recreating the anomaly again.
I do feel like that somehow what they've done has created like problems. I feel like, and I just like in Picard, like that whole big thing that was coming through that wormhole, like where did that go? Like they stopped it, but like that's out there somewhere. Like it's like kind of scary. And like the whole I forgot what it was called now in season 2 with the computer virus thing, that
control,
all these things, quite serious things that you don't know. You can't just forget about those things. You can't just push them somewhere else. They're there somewhere.
Let's move on quickly then to because I was setting it up and pressed it. Star Trek Prodigy. So we got. Did we get a date for this? Did we get a date? Was it this one that got a date in August? Something's happening in August.
Does your screen look funny? Or does it go like I can't see people now? I can only see little squares. I don't know if that's just me. It might just be me, but I don't know what people are seeing. They might be able to hear us.
If you're having problems, let us know. But it looks all right.
Oh, maybe it's me then.
So Prodigy. We got to see Captain Janeway. Let's have a little look at her beautiful face. There she is. Yay! The moment we've been waiting for. And how did we react to? So what we know about Janeway. It's set in the Delta Quadrant, and she's a hologram, a training hologram. And I gotta admit, I've had two responses to this. I've had an emotional response and an intellectual response. And my emotional response was a bit sad. I was a bit disappointed emotionally because I thought, oh, it's not real. But then I thought about it and thought, actually, it does kind of make sense because you can have it in the Delta Quadrant, which of course there's no Federation, I suppose. No, there won't be that soon. So it's a few years after Voyager, but you can also just keep Janeway in isolation. You're not messing with the past, and you're also leaving her future open. So you're not. It's almost like you can have this as a separate entity for kids, and you can do what you like with Janeway without her being restricted anyway. For example, say she got a part in Picard, would that'd be kind of weird, having to tie in the fact that she's on Prodigy and then you wanted to tie in with Picard or in a movie or something.
Yeah, that was my thinking. Is it gives the character freedom to be in lots of places at one time. You can have her in all the shows as a training hologram.
Everywhere.
Exactly. You can have her wherever you want her if she's a hologram. And so it also allows the show to get away with some stuff Janeway wouldn't have let them get away with.
That's true.
If she was actually there, she would have probably reeled them in a lot sooner than possibly the hologram can, so
it's but she can also still be essentially Janeway at the same time. So and that now didn't you're right, that does explain why one of the characters does look Talaxian. That explains that, because we were wondering how did Talaxians end up here, but we're not here, we're there. And it does open the way for Neelix returning and some other Delta Quadrant aliens we've seen. I think which Delta Quadrant alien. We could have the Kazon back, and oh gosh, imagine the Kazon back again. So exciting stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking forward how they pitched this as well, because I think Lower Decks got it right in that it's funny with lots of Easter eggs and nods back to, but it keeps it also in that sort of 15 certificate rating. I'm really intrigued to see what a PG or U Star Trek, what they do with it. Absolutely. Really designed for kids.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm already trying to think how to set up a ritual to encourage Hugh to like it, so we can watch it together, and I might give him extra treats, let him stay up late just to
bribe your child.
Yeah, he'll like Star Trek. Absolutely. I think what we might do is we'll leave Lower Decks, and we're going to talk about Lower Decks. We're also going to talk about Mission Chicago. I think maybe we'll cover those next week, just so we don't cram in too much tonight. So join us again next week to come back and talk about Lower Decks. We also we didn't have time to do it tonight either, but we want to talk about the final episode.
So good. I love the ending.
It's so good, isn't it? It's so funny.
Good.
And of course that ties into the trailer of Lower Decks as well.
Yeah.
And that's what does an emergency hologram need with a coffee, though? Very good question. Wouldn't be Janeway without her coffee.
I was going to say that was probably her stipulation, like not Kate Mulgrew, but Janeway's stipulation is if you're going to make me a hologram, I want my damn coffee.
Yeah. Christoph doesn't want the Kazon. Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean, Christoph. Might be right for a kids show, they might know. You never know. They might have changed. They might be highly. Oh, no, Seska's dead. Oh, or is she? Is she? Righty then, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us, everyone, again for this massive geek out about Star Trek. Is there anything better? No. And we'll do it again next week, where we'll be talking about Lower Decks and Mission Chicago. We're going to talk all about what we think about these change in Star Trek conventions.
Yeah.
Cool, guys. Lovely to see you all. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you. I know, Jay, we should do a longer chat, but you know, we have boundaries. That's our limits. Otherwise, I would talk all day and night. I mean, but good suggestion anyway. Take care, guys. See you later. Bye.